Alright, the video you just saw was an issue I'm having with the firing pin spring. What's going on inside is it's bent, so I'm going to show you how to disassemble this. This is an HFC M9 semi-auto, but this issue could possibly be seen in most other M9 gas blowback pistols. I've only seen it in the HFC, but I do own a WeTech, two different WeTechs, and internals are pretty much the same, so I would believe that if this issue happened on a Tokimori or a WeTech or a KJW, I would say that the fix would be just the same. So we're going to go ahead and disassemble this. Let's start by taking out the mag, set that aside, take off your slide, set that aside, take off your grip, and this is your trigger bar spring. Take out your trigger bar. Push in your slide release button and move the slide release lever to the 12 o'clock position. Take it out and take the button out. These should just come right out. Alright, flip it over. Take out these two screws. Take off the cover. Take out your mag catch, or mag release if you will, and your slide catch slide release. Now what you want to do is take out this screw here and this pin here. Now remove your trigger and hammer housing and set your frame aside. Now you're going to want to remove these two screws and these two screws. First, take out the spring right here. Keep pressure right here because there is a trigger spring in this area that could pop out. Don't worry about it going flying out anywhere. As long as you keep pressure there, it's not going to go flying out. This top screw, this one right here, is a little bit longer than this bottom screw, so make sure they go in the same holes. this is the part that is bent. So what you're going to want to do is straighten this little piece out right here. I don't know how well you can see it, but the end right here is bent. It's making it so that this sits in a weird angle to where it doesn't hit the gas valve. It needs to be down, but the way it's bent, it's making this hit straight across and it's going right over the gas valve. So straighten this out and you should be fine. I'm just using a pair of needle nose pliers to straighten this spring out. And that should be good. Now to put all this together, put your trigger back in. That actually doesn't need to be taken out to do this, but take it out anyway. Trigger spring, the long end goes to the left. So you're going to put that in. Don't put it under tension yet, just leave it like that. Now you're going to want to put your firing pin spring back in. It goes in between this notch right here and the hammer, and then you set it on that post right there. This little part right here needs to go above this plate here. There we go. Now, I believe this is called the disconnecting bar or disconnector bar. The spring will sit in this little notch right here and line it up with the hole right there and put it on this post here. Set your firing pin back in there. And this is where it gets tricky. You're going to want to get this part of the spring into the little square notch right there. And to do that, you flip it on its back and you push the end of the spring in. Grab yourself something heavy. These mags help pretty well. And push it against that to keep it under tension. Next, you're going to get this sear and set it in the other half like that. If it falls right out, what you can do is add a drop of silicone oil. That'll keep that piece in there. Make sure when you put this in there that the notch is to the left. If you have the gearbox or the trigger housing box upside down. Keep wanting to call this a gearbox. Alright, now you're going to put that on top. Oh, first, got to set your trigger spring. This can be a pain. What I use is a flathead to kind of push down on the spring so it sets into place. And make sure you don't mess this part up. these mags pushing inward to keep all this in its place. I'm going to flip this over and set that on top. You want to keep pressure there because the spring could jet out again. And you're going to put your screws back in and screw this back down. Make sure the longer screw goes on top and the shorter screw goes on bottom. Screw those in. Now this is when you put your spring back in. Push the disconnector forward, push your hammer forward, hold it there and push the sear up. That'll lock the hammer forward and allow you to put the spring in. Alright, that's all assembled. You'll know it's working when you pull the hammer back and you push up on this bar and pull the disconnector forward and the hammer goes up like it should. Okay, now you're ready to install this back into the frame. You're going to start by putting the trigger area in first and insert it into this trigger slot here. And then you're going to want to guide the hammer rod into the hole that's in there. I know you can't see it, but it's right in there. You're going to guide the rod in there. It's a little hard to do with the camera in front, but there we go. You know it's in there, it'll be under tension. And then you're going to want to put the pin back in. Put the screw back in. Screw that in. This may want to come out, this pin. That's totally fine. Just ignore it. Put your mag catch back in and your slide catch. Grip screws. Install that, and trigger bar spring. Screw in the grip screws. And now install your slide catch, slide release. Slide catch, slide release, your takedown lever. And we should be good to go. Easy peasy.